Y así arrancamos, es esto, la fábrica del día de la fecha, esta primera parte del programa del día de hoy, en donde pensamos, repensamos, reanalizamos todo lo que tiene que ver con la industria de la música, esta industria que hace un par de años nada más precisaba de barcos, de aviones, de container para mover de un lado al otro del planeta Tierra todo lo relacionado al mundo de la música, del arte, del cine, del teatro, lo que se te ocurra. Y estos cambios que han pasado en estos últimos puñaditos de años nada más, los vamos a debatir, a discutir, a reanalizar, a repensar con diferentes personalidades. Hemos hablado con productores musicales, hemos hablado con sonidistas, hemos hablado con organizadores de festivales y con músicos, muchos músicos, como es el caso del día de la fecha, donde vamos a hablar con los amigos de Kings and Pills. Ellos son de Alemania y ya están conectados con nosotros. Hi, how are you? My name is Manu, here is Raulo. Are you listening me good?
Yes. Oh, it's good.
Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with my friend Raulo. He's gonna make you some weird question. You know, we make the same question to all the bands of all parts of the world, and moments later we're gonna talk about the present of the band. You know?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They are people of few words, no? Just.
Excelente.
No tuyo, Raulo.
Sí. Thanks for your support, for your time. We are live. We are going to start with the interview. So please tell us your full name, where are you from, and how old are you?
So we are Kings and Pills. We are a rock band based in Berlin. Our band is aged between 21 and 23 years old. And I'm Anais, and this is...
My name is Isaac. I'm from Finland.
And I'm from Romania.
Bueno, thanks for that. I'm going to make a little translation for the Spanish listeners. Estamos hablando con la gente de Kings and Pills. Sorry, my accent. Sí, estamos hablando con Anais, que es de Armenia, y estamos hablando con Isaac, que es de Finlandia. Sí, perdón. And can you tell us which is your first memory of you listening to music?
Ooh, that's interesting. Do you want to go first?
You go.
I go. Okay. I think my first memory of listening to music was very interesting. I think it is, there was a local, a power metal band from my local town, and my mom bought the CD to me when I was very small. I don't remember how old I was, but I think it was a power metal band was the first thing that I got into when I was very small.
Beautiful. Sí. And for you, Annette?
I think the only music I remember is when my parents gave me for piano at 4 years old, and it was like the classical piano that they teach you. I think that's all I remember from that age.
Okay. Bueno, nos estaba contando a Isaac que la primera vez que escuchó música fue, le compré un CD de power metal, la madre. Do you remember the name of the band?
Yes, the band is called Sturm und Drang.
Bueno, Sturm und Drang es la primera banda. Después we are going to check them. Y bueno, y para Anés, la primera vez a los 4 años estaba aprendiendo piano clásico, y bueno, los primeros recuerdos que tiene son de esas clases de piano. And can you tell us which was your first instrument and the first song that you learned?
My first instrument was the guitar. I don't remember the first song I learned. It might have been the riff of Painted Black by the Rolling Stones. I think that was the first thing that I learned on the guitar.
Manu is happy, he's a fan of the Rolling Stones, so it's okay. For you,
my first instrument was the piano keys. That's like my main instrument right now as well. And I think the first song I learned on piano was like Fidelis or some other classic song.
Okay. Y bueno, para Ned estaba aprendiendo piano en ese momento, y bueno, son cosas clásicas de piano. And can you tell us, there were any places to study music for free, or you have to pay?
I had to pay in Romania.
Okay.
I'm self-taught, so
okay.
I learned everything myself, so it was free for me.
Okay. Estaba tomando nota. Manu, tenías razón, es de Rumania, perdón el cambio. Y lo que dice que bueno, que Anés sí estuvo pagando clases de piano, y Isaac es autodidacta, así que no tiene ningún problema con el dinero. And can you tell us which was the first concert that you went?
Oh, the first concert I went to was, I'm trying to remember the year. I think it was 2012 maybe. It was Green Day playing live in Stockholm. It was Green Day. I don't remember what year it was, but it was Green Day in Stockholm.
Okay. Do you remember it was Nimrod, the CD maybe?
It was the 21st Century Breakdown album.
Okay.
That one.
Ahí está. El primer concierto de Isaac fue Green Day, así que una mezcla. Estaba escuchando heavy metal, power metal en Finlandia y después se pasó a Green Day en Estocolmo, dijo que era. Y for you, Anne?
I think my parents loved classical music. I think it was some philharmonic or like some set like that. But the first actual like concert that I bought the ticket myself for, I think was here in Berlin for Arctic Monkeys.
Beautiful.
Muy bueno.
Beautiful. They were only Arctic Monkeys player or any other bands?
Inhaler was the opener. Inhaler.
No la tengo esa. Manu, ¿vos la conoces, Inhaler?
Inhaler.
Inhaler, con Arctic Monkey, but Inhaler it's a really rock band, ¿no?
Yeah.
Inhaler con Arctic Monkeys, sí, wow, ahí está, por eso, sí, una mezcla rara. Bueno, and can you tell us how did Kings and Pills begin and why you put that name to the band?
How it began?
We all met in university. We all study music, and we got a brief in our university to write an indie rock song, and we just happened to be put together in the same group, and we wrote a song called Daddy Issues, which is also our first single that we ever released.
We were very it was just for fun at first. We were like, let's just release it. I like how it sounds. I've never done rock before. I like this. But then we were like, wait, we need to come up with a band name. And from there, everything just kind of got real, and we just we're like, let's continue this. This is super fun, and it could lead somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah, so it sort of started just by chance, really.
Terrible lo que nos está contando Manu. Son todos conocidos de la universidad, estaban todos estudiando música en la universidad y tuvieron un apartado, un briefing que tuvieron que hacer una canción de indie rock y les salió eso increíble, sí.
Yo le quiero preguntar si ellos, digamos, se fueron de sus países a estudiar o tiene que ver con otra cosa.
Sí. Manu wants to know, sí, tengo una mezcla de idiomas, Manu, porque son todos de distintos países, me explotó la cabeza, muy bueno. Manu wants to know, because you are all from different countries, did you go, you went to Berlin to study music or for any other reasons?
We all came to Berlin to come to BIM University in Berlin, and this is where we all met.
Wow. Sí. And why you choose Berlin?
Because London was too expensive.
Yeah, they have it in London as well and in Brighton, but Brexit happened and it was just unaffordable.
Muy buena historia. Sí, bueno, sí, Manu.
No, ¿cómo son tratados por la gente de Alemania?
Sí, Manu wants to know how did German people treat you when you arrived?
I think German people they're nice.
I think it's very different Berlin versus rest of Germany.
Definitely, yeah.
Because everyone, a lot of international people come here, a lot of artists come here for the music, for the arts, for anything. It's a growing community and creativity constantly.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we were met nicer than any other part of Germany would have.
Muy bueno.
Us, yeah.
Sí, tremendo. Sí, lo que están contando es muy bueno. Bueno, son un grupo de estudiantes de la Universidad de Berlín. Se encontraron todos ahí porque se fueron de sus países para estudiar música, y dice que fue justo en el momento del Brexit aparte, y que Londres ya estaba demasiado caro. Tenían Londres, bueno, y otra ciudad más del Reino Unido, y Berlín era la más accesible, y se juntaron todos ahí. Y lo que dice que la gente en Berlín los trata muy bien, que es diferente al resto de Alemania, quizás porque es una ciudad...
Aparte, me imagino que debe haber cada un alemán 3 extranjeros. Me imagino que debe haber más extranjeros que alemanes en Berlín. Pero bueno, no nos vayamos por decirles que les preguntaba esto porque tiene mucha mezcla de sonidos en sus temas y bueno, ya me doy una idea de por qué.
Sí, sí. Manu wants to know that because you have a really mix of sounds and audio and taste in your songs and your lyrics. That's why Manu wants to know that, and he can imagine now that. Incredible what you are saying. Sí. And can you tell us, in October of 2022, you released your first EP, Chemical Meltdown. How was the recording process of that first release?
So Chemical Meltdown was very interesting for us because we weren't really sure, like, in terms of staying together as a band or whatever, like, we really wanted to just write as fast as possible the songs and just, like, get them out because we weren't sure if the producer was going to stay with us, if there was a lot of uncertainty.
And the style, and throughout the EP, the style kind of changes. We're like, what direction are we going?
Yeah.
In the album, it's way more like concise. It's like from beginning to end, like in the same direction. But the EP is so like, oh, where are we going?
Yeah, we weren't really set with... towards the end of the EP, we had a set sort of... All the band members were like set and whatever, but in the beginning where everything was a bit unsure.
Yeah.
But I think that's why you sort of hear a progression in the music.
Yeah.
Sort of. It was very much in the stages where we were just experimenting and trying to find our sound.
Muy bueno. Bueno, Manu lo que nos estaba contando que no sabían realmente con la primera grabación, el primer lanzamiento, no sabían bien qué dirección seguir y aparte no sabían si iban a seguir como banda. Dice que lo escribieron súper rápido todo y que no sabían ni siquiera si el productor se iba a quedar con ellos, entonces había como una cierta incertidumbre. Y bueno, se quedaron y lo fueron armando. Dice que ya en el lanzamiento era como algo más conciso, pero no sabían bien para qué dirección ir. Manu, le voy a preguntar por la industria. Ellos quieren entrar directamente en la industria de la música. Sorry the question, but you want to become part of the industry direct, no? That's why the changes and the things that you think, maybe?
Maybe. What do you think? Yeah, maybe. I think, yeah, like we just wanted to get the songs out. Just to have it out. I think the album that came after, it was more thought out. It was more, the releases were more planned out in a way, and
yeah, the EP was very much like on a produce, set it out, produce, set it out, produce, set it out. It was very like not professional in a way, but it was. We were in it for the fun at the beginning. Now it is kind of like we want to be a part of the industry, we want to play live, we want to create chances for ourselves to maybe become bigger.
Yeah.
And you think that the university push you to become part of the industry or not that?
I think in our case it has. I know some people like might have been a bit unhappy depending on what they wanted from the university. From the first week, we were like, oh, like, we are, like, maybe gonna become a band. And then a few months in, we're like, okay, like, this might lead somewhere. And now we're like, this is, like, the band. We're trying to, like, make it. And the university, personally, it has helped me so much in being on stage and a performer and expressing myself properly, because I was so insecure and just singing like this.
Yeah, I think we put a lot of effort and a lot of effort into it, and that's why we've gotten a lot out of it as well.
Wow, really interesting. Muy interesante lo que nos estaban contando, Manu. Dice que, porque esto es algo más personal mío, yo pienso que uno sale como tipo fotocopia de la universidad, que sale con un montón de herramientas y las usan, bla, 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 bla. Y lo que nos dicen que no realmente, o sea, que hay gente que espera una cosa de la universidad, hay gente que espera otra. Ellos arrancaron como algo como por diversión, y después vieron que fue creciendo y que era realmente bueno, entonces siguieron desarrollando el concepto de la banda. Y lo que nos estaba contando Ana es que ella era muy introspectiva, era más metida para adentro, y que la universidad le dio como herramientas para expresarse de una manera más para afuera. Muy interesante lo que nos están diciendo, la verdad que muy bueno. In March of this year you released your last album, Fear on Us. You changed many things in the recording process, or it was the same?
I don't think we did.
I think we...
I mean, it's still the same producer that we work with.
In the EP, but he's gotten, between the EP and the album, he's advanced a lot. It's like, it sounds like it's two different producers.
Yes, he's improved very much. He was also, you know, a university student, so with the EP, we were all trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I think the sound-wise, we've come a long way, especially him. Yeah.
Yeah, and our producer is also our rhythm guitarist. So it helps a lot, I think, in translating how you want it to sound like, and it's very comfortable to record with.
Claro,
Yeah.
sí. Wow. Bueno, nos estaba contando que el proceso de grabación del último disco, que se llama Feast on Us, no fue muy diferente al del primer EP, porque el guitarrista es el productor de la banda, el guitarrista rítmico es el productor de la banda, y dice que creció un montón también porque él era parte de la universidad, o sea, él también tomaba clases en la universidad, y dice que creció un montón, o sea, fue aprendiendo y ya se consolidó como un productor como más potente, más serio. ¿Alguna pregunta, Manu?
Sí, tengo una pregunta. Okay, Anais, I love your voice, you know?
Thank you.
I love the way you sound in Bluff, in that song. How do you manage the produce of the voice? You have what plugins? I want to know that kind of stuff.
So, it's so interesting because before BIM, I thought that I was like a really bad vocalist. So 3 years ago, I was like, yeah, like I said, super insecure, and I had never done rock. I didn't think I could do such like angsty and loud vocals because, again, I didn't think I was that good at singing. But yeah, I think after the EP, I kind of, I don't know, started coming out of my shell and being more comfortable and more confident in my voice. I think that matters so much, to be confident in your voice. It just does a switch and you can like suddenly sing such a much bigger range, you know? And I think that's how I managed to do the whole album, which has a lot of very high notes and low notes.
Muy bueno, sí. No, tremendo todo lo que nos están contando. Bueno, lo que ella está, Manu le preguntaba por qué tipo de plugins o de qué cosas usaba durante la grabación. Dice que no, que hay un cambio también muy grande entre el primer EP y la grabación del disco, porque ella creció un montón, o sea, abrió un montón, después de escucharse, o abrió un montón el rango, y aparte después de grabarse también aprendió un montón de cosas de grabación y cambió muchísimo la manera de ella de expresarse con la voz. Sí.
¿Y qué representa el escenario? Porque habló de que antes le costaba mucho y ahora lo pudo superar. ¿Qué representa? La palabra es representar.
Sí. Manu wants to know what did the stage, when you go on stage, represent to you when you go on stage?
I think it's like, when I look at the stage, it's like this energy surrounding it in a way. It's like, it gives you life and you give life to the audience and the audience gives life to you. I think it's a very, very special thing, and it's like entering this different world when you step on stage. I also like created this character for myself, like a persona, a stage persona, because that is how I managed to deal with the nerves. As I am a very like nervous person, this helps a lot to take the nervousness and put it into the expression and performance.
Muy bueno. Manu, I have the more or less the same feeling.
Hacerle, perdón, la misma pregunta al amigo Isaac.
Manu is a guitar player and he has a band, and I'm a bass player, and I have the same feeling when I went on stage. It's like another world. It's completely another world.
Yeah.
It's open like a door to another world. For you, Isaac, how do you? What does the stage represent to you?
Yeah, I sort of have the exact same answer. Like in the beginning, in the very beginning of starting to perform and whatnot, I was always super nervous, and it was that's sort of why in Kings and Pills we always sort of talk about the stage persona. Like we put on the makeup, we put on the black clothes, and suddenly we're a different person, and this different person is not scared, you know. So in a way, it feels a bit, you know, it feels like freedom in a way.
Beautiful. Bueno, buenísimo lo que nos están contando. Sí, que el escenario es como que te abre una puerta hacia otro mundo. Que ellos se maquillan, se preparan para el escenario, y dice que es como otra persona la que sale al escenario. Ella nos estaba contando que es una persona muy nerviosa, y el escenario le ayuda a sacar todo ese nerviosismo, y aparte el contacto de ida y vuelta con la gente dicen que es algo muy especial. Y bueno, sí que a los dos los ayuda mucho a expresarse el escenario, y es como otro mundo. Can you tell us, do you have any composition process?
For the EP, actually, we had all the songs. It was me, you, and our current bassist. We just do the songs first on acoustic guitar and write the lyrics together. But for the album, now we all write the songs together. We go into a rehearsal space. We usually come up with a guitar riff, and then we just like kind of go for it, jam it out. I start singing a bit. I'm like kind of do some specific vowels or words, and then after I listen to the recording and piece together and make the lyrics. And yeah, it's just like playing it over and over, and then we're like, oh, maybe let's move this here and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the songs just are completely on the spot, like Roadkill, for example. The riff just came up on the spot, and we just started playing it, and like that song, it took one rehearsal basically from start to finish.
Yeah.
Whilst other songs like Cheshire Cat was a riff that I had written on guitar like beforehand, and then I showed it to the band.
Yeah, sometimes
afterwards.
it can take very long. Sometimes it's just like, boop.
Yeah.
Do you use AI, artificial intelligence?
No.
Bueno, están todos anti-inteligencia artificial, es tremendo. 3 more questions. Thanks for your time. We really love to speak with you. Can you tell us something about Berlin music scene?
I think the music scene is ever expanding. If you're a techno musician or a DJ, the scene is absolutely huge. But the city is big enough and it's creative enough that even every niche genre has its place in the.
You can find an audience for everything.
You can find for everything an audience. So it's amazing for artists to be.
Ahí nos está confirmando Manu que, o sea, que Berlín es una ciudad grande, multicultural, lo que estábamos hablando antes, y dice que como cada nicho tiene su público, así que no hay problema. Bueno, más que nada la música techno y los DJ, dice que es impresionante lo que se mueve ahí, pero hay público para todo. Nos contestó de vuelta que no usan la inteligencia artificial para nada. ¿Tenés alguna otra pregunta? Porque yo le haría 1000 preguntas. Perfecto.
Sí, yo también. Yo le quiero preguntar un poco por... pasa que son varias preguntas. Que me imagino que ellos tienen materias en la universidad dedicadas a grabar.
Sí. ¿Y
pues, cuál es el estándar que le piden? ¿Qué programas usan?
Muy bueno. Sí. Sí, we have a particular a question about the university. Do you have recording classes? And when you have recording classes, there is a standard or not? For example, you have to use Ableton, something particular or not in the recording classes in the university?
So we're all in the songwriting class. So we have a mixture of a little bit of production and also, songwriting and performance. There's also the specific production class, and there you do nothing but production, and you go deeper into it.
Yeah, and they use mostly Logic and Ableton is what they teach in.
Yeah, they do teach Ableton here. And yeah, the mixes are supposed to be in a industry standard, and we learn all the technical stuff of that, all the mixing and mastering. But yeah, we as songwriters we've gotten a more basic level of it, and if you do the production class, then you have obviously a lot more of that.
Excellent. ¿Y qué ven en performance?
Manu wants to know, in performance, what do you see? You have to be on stage. What things do you practice on performance?
In the first year, we were like there's a room here where there's a little stage, and we had to play on it every week in front of the class.
Ooh.
So I think this like built a lot of confidence and like being more like better on stage. Like I've learned so much from that. And you'd write every 2 weeks a song with the group, and then you'd present it to the class in front of everyone.
No, Manu, it's a lot of pressure because your classmates is like, what you done? Terrible lo que nos está contando en performance. Manu, tienen que hacer una canción por semana, subirse al escenario y está todo de público, tienen a sus compañeros de clase y le dicen lo que... Terrible. Me hace acordar mucho a...
¿Cuál es?
Sí.
O sea, ¿cuál es hay un performance que siguen o cada uno tiene el suyo?
Sí.
Yo sé quién es el Maradona de eso.
Manu wants to know because we think that not any band is the same, you know. So who is like the Maradona or the Messi of the performance, you know, in rock, for example?
Who is your model in the university? You know, is Freddie Mercury, is Mick Jagger, is James Brown, is Bowie? Who? It's some people of Broadway. What is the model? When the teacher say, okay, you have an A, why? It's a very weird question, my friend.
I mean, who do you imitate on stage?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think there's one answer to this question.
I think it's like multiple artists. I know that I used to really like Kate Bush.
Okay, but the teachers in the university, when they have to choose the way to evaluate you understand, who is what? How do they do that? Because you have the Broadway people who is excellent in you know. And you have Gigi Allen, you know, the shit in the stage and throw the shit to the people. And there are two kind of show, an excellent show, you know. Or Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper cut his head, you know, in the stage. And that's awesome. And you have the drag queens.
We've gotten, they've given like a lot of different artists because it depends. You know, context, it's a different artist. Like for example, like they've given Oasis as an example because their stage presence is just standing there, playing their music, not interacting with the crowd, not doing nothing, and that's their identity. That's sort of what they got famous for. And then there's nothing to say, you know, what's better or worse, but they showed that, and then they also showed Freddie Mercury interacting with the crowd, you know, in Live Aid. So it
depends so much on the genre, on the niche.
It's all about the artist and sort of what makes them stand out in their own way.
Yeah.
Excellent answer.
Muy bueno.
I love you guys. I love you guys.
We really like to speak with you.
You're very clear with the answer. You
Muy bueno. Y aparte dio le mostraron, lo primero que le mostraron es Oasis, que están fijos y que no dice nada. Excelente.
Sí, muy bueno.
Beautiful. Can you tell us something about the future plans of Kings and Pills, of the band?
We are planning a lot to play live. We have finally gotten to a point where like, okay, we need to play a lot because this is how you grow, you find new people in a very organic way. So we're very set on this summer to just keep playing in Berlin and hopefully keep growing. And who knows, maybe in a few months we already have a few songs, new songs.
Yeah, I think now that we've released the album, now it's time to play the album.
Yeah.
Of course. Excelente. Manu, si te parece cerramos la entrevista. Muy bueno.
Sí, cerramos, pregunté por el último
Sí,
tema.
we are really happy to meet you, and just to close the interview, we are going to play a Roadkill. It's our favorite, my favorite song. It's really
nice.
Beautiful.
It's my favorite as well, I think.
Perfect. Can you tell us something about that song in particular?
Well, I mentioned it earlier, like the song, the structure of the song and the melodies and everything, very little changed after the first time that we wrote it. And we wrote it on the spot. It was very spontaneous.
I feel, because the vocals I feel like are quite different from some songs. So like it starts so ethereal with like, like I was like so in love with the song from the first time we played it. I was like, we're not changing anything. This is how it's supposed to be. And I don't know, I just like heard the word roadkill and making this like kind of dramatic setting and metaphor. And yeah, it's a really, we're actually gonna release a proper music video for it in a few months.
Oh yes, we just finished filming a music video for it. And yeah, I think Roadkill was, at least for me, like the second we exited that rehearsal time, at least for me, I was like, man, this is gonna be one of the singles. Like this is a great song from start to finish.
Thanks for your time, my friends. Really, you work so hard, and I really wish that all your dreams come true.
Thank you so much.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
See ya.
Kings and Pills pasó.
Just try, pretend you're blind. You'll serve your time. I lie on the road. I'm roadkill to the heart. They'll gnaw on my bones while you praise by the gods. Stay bright. It's a sacrifice. Sacrifice me. Take my scars. Leave me blind. Cautious of those I'm being watched. Prints in the snow cannot be washed.